Hi, Soul Tribe. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. You know, my camera's a little glitchy. I'm using my old computer. My cell phone is currently uploading Zodiacs, which will be hopefully completed by tomorrow. They were supposed to be completed by today. However, I needed to get my car fixed, and I spent most of the day at the car repair. So, most of them, if not all of them, will be posted tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. Wednesday. See, I'm so busy, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Anyhow, my purpose for coming on here and making this video is I have been kind of pushed by Spirit to start a podcast. Now, this happened for me like a year ago, around the time where I was also being pushed to start my Patreon, both of which I resisted with everything I had. I really didn't want to bite off more than I could chew, I guess. I don't know. I have fear around, not so much fear around failure, but fear around success. And so, Spirit, because most of you who watch my channel know that I do automatic writing, I do channeling, I channel my higher self, I channel the angelics, and sometimes even galactics, right? But I was told that part of my mission is to bring light workers together to build their mission, like ground crew, right? Ground crew. A lot of light workers are on the awakening path, and a lot of them have already been through most of it. Not all of it, because I think we continue to heal. But I mean, a lot of the clients that I have, especially divine feminines that resonate with being a twin flame, when I first met them, they were a hot mess. Me too. um, we were just awakening. We were just experiencing the catalyst. We were just experiencing the roller coaster ride that is the ascension process, right? Grieving, purging, shadow work, hermiting, becoming ultra sensitive to other people's energy, completely. It's like the caterpillar going into the chrysalis and completely dying to the old self. It's a painful, arduous journey. And for those of us with soul missions, I don't want to say big soul missions, because I think every soul mission is a big soul mission, even if it's just spreading the light or holding the frequency. It's huge, right? We are in a very pivotal time. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by pretty birds outside the window. There's a couple of them out there, and it's fall here, getting ready. We're supposed to get snow this week, so it's kind of nice to see some birds out in the yard, but they are distracting me. So, anyhow, I was told I needed to start Patreon so that I could have a platform where I could speak about things that YouTube doesn't really like us to speak about. And I also needed a place for the divine feminines, because it's the rise of the divine feminine. I do believe that my soul mission is to work mostly with divine feminines, or at least it seems that way so far, because I haven't really worked with any divine masculines in a solid way. I've met a few. They're a rare breed, right? Especially awakened ones. Um, However, I was told I needed to create Patreon and create a tier that was just for twins. I did that. I resisted for a long time. Last June, I think it was not this previous June, but the June before that, I actually did it. And, it's not a huge hit. It's growing slow and steady, right? As is my mission. Just slow and steady wins the race. It's like building something from one block at a time. Anyhow, my next venture was I was supposed to create a podcast where I could bring light workers together. A lot of us have soul missions. Some of us have the skills and technology or gifts, spiritual gifts, but we don't have the foundation or the financial supporting or the property or, whatever. And so I had been being pushed and pushed to do this. And then when Rich created his podcast, it was like a slap in the face. I was like, you were supposed to be doing that, only differently. He's doing the Great Awakening, which everybody and anybody that heard the call and chose the awakening are on that journey. And, he's doing great. And he does, he's got the Midas touch. Everything he touches turns to gold. However, I was being pushed to bring light workers, I want to call them ground crew, to a platform, to a landing pad where not only could they teach and role model through their own awakening, their own catalyst, their own journey, but also there are a lot of light workers, star seeds, twin flames, sacred soulmates, whatever you want to tag them with. Indigo, Heyoka. We have so many titles, but really what it boils down to is light worker, those who work with the light, right? And we are in the Great Awakening, which is the age of enlightenment. So the light is important. And so I was told by my higher self that part of my mission was to bring these people to a landing pad where not only could I channel for them personally, but I could connect them to other light workers whose mission is the same or purpose is the same. And they could find one another and maybe barter or collaborate. I guess the word I want to use is collaborate to create the change and the vision that they have. Now, my role model for this is just recently happened. It was my aha moment when Spirit finally said, see, this is exactly what we want you to do. This is exactly why we want you to do it. So I have two different clients, one which has become a great, great friend. The other one well on her way to becoming a great, great friend, even though we just connected not too long ago. But one has huge gifts. Well, they both, honest to God, both have huge gifts. One is a channeler like me, and I would have to say the other one is a channeler too. I think we all pretty much have very similar gifts. But anyhow, I digress. There's two people, both with the same vision, both with the same mission, the same purpose. Only one has the technology or the education in technology, financial management, big picture person able to create, literally, to create something out of nothing. Alchemist, right? And her vision is to help heal traumatized children because hurt people. And, I don't want to get into politics or whatever, but if you know what a dumb is, if you don't look it up, DUMB, and adrenochrome and stuff like that, that we don't really want to talk about here because if we do, they'll probably flag my content. But anyhow, there's a lot of really, really traumatized children in the world, and a lot of them were created intentionally for purposes that are dark and very traumatizing to the child. And her vision was to create a ranch, whereby using animal communication and animals, and light workers and counselors and healers, and just create a place, an oasis of sorts, to bring these children and to help them to heal and do shadow work and clear their trauma and, get to the other side if possible. Some may never be possible. However, I get this new client who has this beautiful ranch, all of this property, the same vision, the same mission. I want to help heal people. I want to use the animals to heal people. She's an animal communicator. She is a light worker, and she literally is an open vessel. I mean, part of what I've been helping her to learn is how to protect her energy so that not just any entity can enter in and channel through her, but she can have the discernment to work with the light. And it just dawned on me, two people with the same vision, the same purpose, the same desire written on their heart, both hugely gifted. One has half of the equation already, and the other one has the other half. But this one can't do it without this half, and this one can't do it without this half. And I thought, what if I introduce them? What if they get along? What if it's the perfect collaboration to create the work that is necessary and part of their mission? It's what's written on their heart. It's what they came here to do. What if I could just create a place where light workers could tell their story and offer their gifts, even if it's just holding the light, right? Not everybody has a big mission or a big purpose. They're just there to love and support one another. Maybe you inherited some money and you want to change the world, but you don't know what to do with it, right? Maybe you're a philanthropist or desire to be. What if you could watch these podcasts and connect with, on a spiritual level, another light worker that you really, really feel called or drawn to? You know how many people have contacted me and said, I watched Rich's podcast and there's just something about you, Tracie. I just knew I had to meet you. I have people that pay for a reading from me that don't even want a reading. They just want to meet me. They just want to talk to me. They want to talk about their journey. They want to talk about their experience. They want to talk. They want to talk. And they want to connect with somebody who understands what they went through, because it's unique for light workers. A lot of us had a pre-written contract for an awakening at an exact moment, an exact time, in an exact way. And it feels lonely, and you feel segregated. You feel like you don't fit in. You feel like if you tell people about your awakening, or about, hearing voices in your head, or seeing dead people, or just knowing things you shouldn't know, or being tapped in and turned on to other people's pain without wanting to be. If you talk about these things, they were a bit taboo, right? They're becoming more and more accepted. But I know that most of my life I was the outcast. I was, I still am. Like just the other day, somebody was making fun of the guy that I'm dating because of my gifts. I'm just going to leave it there. But, it kind of hit me. I was like, um, I was reduced to a palm reader, which I don't even know how to read palms, but, that's what they called me. you know, just having fun, going out to dinner and getting your palm read. Anyhow, it triggered me because it's part of my wounding is, not being accepted, not being considered, being demonized, literally demonized. I think I've had past lives where I was probably burned at the stake, or outcast, or, put on a ship and set out to float till I starved to death. I don't know. But I think I've always been a light worker. And I think I have reincarnated time and time and time again, each time trying to dedicate my life to healing and helping and progressing the evolution of humans. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm a human. Sometimes I refer to other people as humans, and I don't know what the hell I am. But it can really be lonely to be a gifted light worker, and a lot of us were incarnated in some really traditional, old-fashioned Christian or conformed religion, or different religions. There's so many. One of my girls, my light worker girls, are came from the Jehovah Witness faith, right? And they were completely disowned by their family because their beliefs were more holistic in nature. Anyhow, enough about my reason why. I'm going to my intention, because I am a powerful conscious creator and I create with my intent. My intent is to create this podcast because I want light workers to connect, and I want those who are awakening to be able to connect with those light workers in order to um, evolve and grow and awaken and get on mission. Or maybe they don't have a mission. Maybe they're just ascending, but they feel like an outcast. They feel lonely. They feel like they don't have connection to other people like them. We are all over the world, everywhere. There is a light worker in every town, tons of them, right? We are lighting up the grids. We are creating change. We're helping to heal people, heal people, heal people, right? We walk through our own Akash. We purged past lives. We are updating our operating system. We are going from separation to unity. We are skilled, all of us, in different ways. Even if it's just, I have no mission, but I know how to can. I know how to can food. Well, guess what? I'm a light worker with a huge mission, and I have no freaking clue how to can food, and it might be necessary. So how can I use my gifts, my talents, and my platform to connect those who feel lost and disconnected because they just have an inner knowing that they're here to create change somehow, some way. And it started with them. I had to change me first. And, everybody's on various steps in that process. Some people are just now having the catalyst. I lost an earring. I keep forgetting that I need to replace it. I keep this one in because this one always wants to close on me, and this one never does. I don't know why. But anyhow, I see bright, shiny things. I'm a bit ungrounded sometimes because I am very connected to the upper realm, right? The lower realm just feels a little dense, a little heavy, a little too much sometimes. But my intention is I'm going to create this podcast, and it's going to become a directory. I'm going to interview people. I want to know, what was your childhood like? When did you know you were gifted? What gifts do you have? When did you have your major awakening? When did your life start drastically changing? And where are you on this journey? And, what are your gifts and talents? Even if it's just, I know how to can. I know how to homestead. I know how to build a community garden. I know how to gather herbs for medicinal purposes. I know how to um, use energy to heal the body. I know how to read the stars, the astrology. I can read palms. I can read auras. I can understand, I have clairvoyance, claircognizance, whatever. It's limitless, but let's talk about it. And then at the end of the podcast, I'm going to interview each person. At the end of the podcast, let's talk about, what do I have that I think I could share? And how can you contact me if you need my help? And, those that I interview, you're going to have to be prepared to really want to be in mission, because if it grows, and it might not, it could just, right? I don't know. But if it does grow, you could potentially be exposed to a lot of viewers and a lot of people who are awakening that are going to reach out and they're going to need something, even if it's just a friend. And so, if you're interested in this, if this is something you would like to participate in, if you've got a story to tell, if you've got gifts, if you've got knowledge, if you just feel like you don't fit, and you don't fit because you're different in a very light way, I invite you to email me at frick, F-R-I-C-K, Tracie, Tracie, at gmail.com. And tell me a little bit in the email about who you are, what you, and how you can help, or how you think you could help, or how you think your story could help others. Sometimes you can't offer anything except for your story, right? I have one divine feminine who had a story to tell. I have two, actually. Had a story to tell. Very tragic, traumatic, abusive story, and wrote a book. And that book is changing lives. And, a long time ago, I recorded a Southern Gospel CD for my mom. At the time, I was a Christian, and I wanted to create change, right? I wanted to serve God. And I wanted to give my mom something that she loved, because I loved her and she wasn't healthy. And so I made a Southern Gospel CD, and my mom sold over 300 copies of it. Well, I'm not a Christian anymore. I don't push it. I don't sell it. I don't share it. But I still, to this day, in my old email, will get emails from people that say, do you know, I was this close to committing suicide. And I went through my Aunt Betty's stuff when she passed away, and I came across your CD, and on the back of it was your name and your email. And I listened to that CD, and there was just something about the way you sang an old standard hymn that I've known my whole life. And it hit me in such a way that I cried and I purged and I did some inner healing work that I didn't think I was strong enough to do. I've had people tell me that they were this close to committing suicide, just ending it all. And they come back from the brink because of a song. We all make changes in the world just by being here, by breathing, by sharing our stories, sharing our love, sharing our trauma, just sharing. And so, this is going to be a light worker barter system. If you have a vision and you can't make it happen because there's something you don't know how to do and you don't understand how to do it, then you just put it out there. I do a podcast with you and you say, hey, I created this, but I don't know how to market it. Or I don't know where to start. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. I don't even know how to trademark it. I don't know how to make a zip file. Oh my God, guys, that's how stupid I am at times when it comes to electronics. I don't even know how to create a zip file. I created a Sacred Soulmate Oracle deck, and it's all about the journey, about the different phases that we go through on the journey. And I wanted to put it out there for people to heal, for readers to use to help people heal. And it's still sitting in my Canva creator file because it's all ready to go, except for I don't know how to create a zip file. I've watched YouTube videos, but they seem to be specific to certain types of computers or certain operating systems, and quite frankly, I'm just dense when it comes to that kind of stuff. I've overcome a lot of that, but there's still more work to do. So what if we just had these little videos, maybe half hour long, where we talked about ourselves and our visions for what we would like to do in order to contribute to changing the world one person at a time? And what if we were willing to barter? Well, I could really use some guidance, some counseling, because you see, I'm going through this really hard, harsh, traumatic shadow work healing, and I don't know how to do it. Well, I know how to do that. And do you know how to create a zip file? You know, do you know how to trademark a product? Let's barter. Let's talk about it. Let's open conversation and say, I know how to do this. Is there anything that you're creating that I could help you do this in exchange for what you have to offer, right? Or there could be an exchange of currency, an exchange of money. I need a reading. I connected with you when I watched your podcast. I connected with your energy, and I would love to get a reading from you. Okay, here's my data. Here's what I offer. Here's my pricing. Don't be afraid to ask for money for your services, right? However, if you're in need and somebody else has needs that you can meet, what's wrong with bartering? What's wrong with me saying I would love to do a 2-hour counseling session or ascension coaching session with you, in exchange for you creating some memes for me to share on my Facebook or my TikTok or my Instagram, just to spread the light, right? Because graphics and stuff I'm not real good at. So there's the concept, guys. Now I put these two ladies together, and I haven't heard back from either one of them. I don't know if they made a connection, because in order to work that closely with somebody, you really got to vibrationally connect with somebody. And so, will it turn out to be the greatest thing since sliced bread? Are we going to change the world and heal the children because I introduced two people? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. How will you know if you don't try? Right? So this video, we're already almost a half hour in. I'm going to end it with, I would really like for you guys, I'm going to give away a 1 hour, either coaching session or pre-recorded reading to the winner of, I'm going to have two things that I want. One is I want a graphic for my thumbnail for this podcast. The second thing I want is I want a title, something catchy, Light Workers Unite. I don't know. I'm not very creative that way, but I'm going to run two contests. I want a title for the podcast that expresses the purpose, right? The purpose is to connect light workers in some kind of a directory where they can help each other or just ascend, whatever. But I'm going to take emails, suggestions, and when I find the title that hits me right, that really hits me right, that person, whoever created it, is going to win a 1 hour free either coaching session, ascension coaching, or, it could be anything, because when we connect, it could be trauma, it could be walking through the Akashic records, it could be soul retrieval, it could be ancestral healing, it could be anything, whatever you need, but you will get 1 hour of my undivided attention as your ascension coach, or an hour pre-recorded video tarot reading if that's what you prefer. But the person that wins, the person that creates the best title that I decide to go with, will win that coaching session or that recorded reading. And I'm doing the same thing with a graphic. I would like the perfect thumbnail. What will it be? What will it look like? How will it hit home? I don't know, but when I know, I will know. And so if you're interested, email me, Frick, F-R-I-C-K, Tracie, T-R-A-C-I-E, at gmail.com. Send me your graphics. Send me your title ideas. And also, if you would like to be interviewed, if you believe you're a light worker, if you have gifts, talents, if you have just education, if you are a financial advisor or a graphic artist or poet. I don't care. I just don't. Whatever gifts you have that you know are capable of raising the frequency and vibration of the planet and shareable, shareable, contact me. I will be doing pre-interviews, and because I'm going to vet people, expect me to vet you. I don't want, people who are just looking to get on camera and talk about goofy shit. I know. I am so psychic. I am so tapped into spirit. I will know if you're truly a light worker or if you're just a nut job. And if you know you're a nut job and not a light worker, save us both time, because I'm just going to delete your email and we won't even go there. However, I know a light worker and I know my three waves. And my three waves are the ones I'm going to interview first, simply because I already have access to them. I already know their contact information. I already know their story. I already know where they were at when I met them, where they're at now. And I see how they've stepped into their higher self. And so if you're interested, if you want to be part of the interviewing process, email me. If you would like to participate in the creation of the title and the thumbnail or graphic for it, email me those and I will be going through them. And I'm not going to put a set date on it. I would like to start as soon as possible. I may even start with just something simple for my graphic. I may have to change the name down the road. But my intention is to make this successful, and I intend to not just do it on YouTube. I also intend to do it on Rumble and possibly Telegram, Facebook. My interviews are going to be uploaded to every platform that I can think of. And if you know platforms I can't think of that would be beneficial, honey, we're spreading the light. That's what we're doing. We're connecting the dots. There's light workers everywhere. Let's just connect them, right? Let's create that grid. Let's seed the planet with the light. I don't know. I don't know if it'll get big or if it'll stay small. It might fizzle out, but I just want to try because it matters. It matters to me, and I'm pretty sure it matters to a lot of you too. And so let's do this. Let's collaborate. Let's build together. Okay? I love you, and I'm looking forward to those emails. Watch for your zodiacs because they are coming. As always, I'm always late, guys. If you know me, you know me. You got to love me for who I am. I do what I can in the time I can do it. And I give a lot. My videos are at least 45 minutes to an hour long. Probably a lot of people just don't resonate with them because they don't have that kind of time to sit and watch a video. But those who do, I know my people, and I know who you are, and I do it for you. So be patient. If it's a day or two late, it's supposed to be the 15th to the 15th, and today is the 15th. I have 6 of them done. I got 6 more to do. That's about 12 hours of recording. So tomorrow and the next day, I will have them up one way or the other. In the meantime, I really look forward to hearing from you. If you're interested in participating in this, I would greatly appreciate it. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Namaste. Stop.